Hey guys, it's Greg. Oh, I got my phone charging, so I might as well multitask and go ahead and get this recording and this video. A couple of things to cover. One thing I noticed about the picture I chose to use for the custom thumbnail regarding John Bull. I didn't realize it at the time, and then I got to looking and I said, damn. I'm going to put that picture up in a minute and show you something about it. But, like I said, John Bull is the personification of the United Kingdom, much like we do Uncle Sam. And I find it interesting that Uncle Sam's missing his white stripes, or his red stripes, out of his hat. And the Union Jack has changed, or the Union flag. I'm sorry, I know that guy told me that it's the Union Jack only if it's on a naval vessel, but I can't break that habit. So I'm gonna call it the Union Jack. That's what I've always called it. Okay, but on that picture, the Union Jack, even though it's changed to this new thing, what I'm not used to, on this older style poster, which looks like when World War I or World War II soldiers behind this English guy that's wearing this vest, saying, "Who's absent? It is you." He's kind of doing like Uncle Sam does. And the Union Jack on his vest is right. It's like a residual. It's like the way I remember it. So unless that flag has been changed from then until now, and if anybody is from England or United Kingdom that's watching this, please enlighten me about this flag, because I don't remember it ever being off center. I remember the red stripes being centered to the white, and just like on this guy's vest. Oh, God, pollen. I cannot breathe. Also, I was talking to Matt today. God, we talked forever today. That was cool. We had a good conversation today. A lot of stuff come out. But this thing about 1979 came up. I mean, with me, it's 1979 has been sticking in my head, and I'm gonna sit down for a minute. I'm sitting on my foot. The other day, I think actually yesterday, I was out and about, and Smashing Pumpkins came on the radio, 1979. Love that song. But 1979, it stays in my head because I've done two videos already, and it has a relation to it. The Supertramp album, which had the predictive programming for 9/11, came out in 79. The Wall came out in 79. And it had Goodbye Blue Sky on it, which I was talking about with chemtrails. Okay. Well, I got to looking, online at what happened in 1979, and chain smoking right now. Anybody heard of that group, the chain smokers? I've never heard anything from them. Are they any good? Anyway, back to what I was saying. I was looking up something about, what all happened in 79. Okay. This guy's article, now he may be a Pink Floyd fan, I don't know, because I am. It wouldn't surprise me why anybody wouldn't add this, but it surprised me that he put it in this group. This guy had an article which was talking about what happened in 1979. Okay, here we go. The Shah of Iran left. Iran became an Islamic republic. Ayatollah Khomeini. All right. Also, 63 hostages taken from the U.S. Embassy. I remember all that, just didn't pay much attention to it. But I knew, even at 10 years old, I knew the Shah of Iran left and came over here and we were protecting him. And, all this is script, just like Matt says, it's just script. And the hostages were freed after Reagan got elected because he was a Republican. And even Ayatollah Khomeini knew that Reagan would bomb the shit out of him. So there would be a war. Probably, I don't remember, they were still fighting a war with Iraq at that time. I think they were. Iran. Anyway, let's continue. So Iran becomes Islamic Republic again. Because we were fucking around in 53, we got to messing around with their politics in 53, installed a Shah, and you can look all this up. Hostages taken. Okay, 79. 3 Mile Island, nuclear disaster. Margaret Thatcher gets elected. First woman ever elected as a prime minister. Of the UK. Not long after that, they had the war with Argentina over the Falkland Islands. I remember one of the comedians said something about, he said something, he was in class and the guy was talking about the Falkland Islands. He's like, what Falkland Islands you talking about? What fucking islands you talking about? Anyway, okay. Sorry, threw that in. Alright, yeah, okay. Soviet Union invades Afghanistan. Now, Newsweek did an article about Iran. And 30 years later, it was in 09, they were talking about 30 years later how the Islamic Republic, Iran became an Islamic Republic again, and that there was this mysterious network of terrorism that came out of that. No. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because, now that might be true for Jerusalem or Israel and whatnot, but the terrorists, most of these terrorists are because the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. Now, please don't look at me like I believe all this shit, because I don't fall for this shit. I don't believe in any of it. All this is script. This is for the world. This is not for people like me and you that see this shit as this is just the illusion, okay? But the Soviet Union invades Afghanistan. And then we get involved proxy-wise. We create the Mujahideen, teach them shit, give them shit, whatever. And the Soviets never won that war. They pulled out 10 years later. Okay. So, I get to looking around and all of that's listed, and also scrambled in the middle of that is this person that wrote this article included with all of that shit in 1979 the release of The Wall by Pink Floyd. So I'm going to be looking at The Wall a little more closely. I'm going to start looking at the lyrics a little more closely and read up on that stuff. So we'll see. But 1979 brought about me trying to look to see when does the millennial and Generation X stuff start to end. And they I found this PDF file, which I'm gonna leave a link to. Man, this thing just hits all the points on who's who. You know, it's got the years of the generations. It has a list of their attributes, their core values, and all kind of shit. Their economic ranges, and it is dead ass on. The way I see it, it's like being inside the matrix. These 4 generations are like 4 different operating systems working at the same time. And Matt and I were talking, and I swear I think this is the truth. It's like 9/11 was supposed to be the upgrade to the next level of the matrix, except it didn't take on the Generation X. Not everybody. For some reason, some of us didn't get the upgrade. You know. And there are some that might think they've gotten it, but you can turn them if you show them the right proof. But it's like 9/11 was the it's like going from Windows 95 to XP, or XP to Windows 10 kind of situation. But you've got 4 operating systems working all at one time, and then one operating system just didn't get that upgrade. It didn't hit it right. We have loopholes in our shit, you know, that didn't work. But I'm gonna leave a link to that PDF. You need to look at it, because it just nails everybody. And it's not all Generation X. Okay, it's only up until about 73. About 73 is when you start getting people that, like my brother, thinks I should be locked up because I don't believe they landed on the fucking moon. Alright, and that's something else that Matt and I talked about too. What are they going to do next year when it's 50 years and this big celebration, and knowing that countries like Sudan and Brazil and places like that, and Germany, Japan, they all have the same technology. They could send people to the moon if they wanted to. Don't you think they would want to? Why is it that the world is so happy to just let America go to the moon? I mean, somewhere like Brazil would be like, hell yeah, let's go to the moon. But it never happens. So what's going to happen next year when it's the 50th year anniversary? I mean, shit. I got more technology in my little E-Trex here than, I just happen to be laying here, by the way, than they had. And there was so many missions. Of course, not all landed, but there were some that went that just, you know, slingshot at the moon. So many missions, but yet NASA's lost every freaking bit of that damn telemetry. And I watched a video to help me with the Kennedy stuff last night, where they have the Zapruder film. It's preserved, it's put up, and it's even run on like this 8mm projector behind this nice window glass and shit, and protected. But we can't keep up with 14,000 freaking reels of damn telemetry to the moon. We overwrite the part where he actually steps down, so we got to put that shit together from Hollywood's going to help us with VCR shit from people's basements. It's just amazing. It's amazing to me what people believe, and then I don't know. I swear, I think this PDF. If you read it and see all the attributes, if you're sitting here watching this, you will see that they call us pragmatic, skeptical, cynical. Hell, they nailed me, because that's exactly what the fuck I am. I am pragmatic. I am skeptical. I am cynical. It's like they're just saying, well, this operating system is fucked up. We fucked up with it. They sure did. Because I see through all this shit. However, they go to all kind of lengths to make sure to say that this operating system is like they're fucking lunatics. Like my brother. And to my brother, if you're watching, boy, anytime you want some, come to the house. So, takes care of that. Alright. Oh. I don't know, guys. Matt and I were talking. We think we ought to start pushing the 50-year stuff now. Get it rolling now and try to get it in people's minds early. Because it's coming up next year. And we got, about a year and a few months. So maybe we should push that early and try to get it in people's minds. And I told Matt, I told him, I said, man, you have no idea what is. And now, first of all, let me say this. All of these generations, there are certain people that come out of all generations that the update didn't take with. So I'm not saying that everybody that falls in these lines, because they've got it set up in like 4 different categories. I'm not saying everybody that's in all 4 of them isn't like we are. I know some of you are a certain age above me, some of you are a certain age below me. It just seems like the mass from say 65 to 72, 71, somewhere in there, is like the ones that really see this stuff. And I actually looked up Billy Corgan's age. I didn't know he was older than me. He's born in 67. But he's 12 years old in 79. And I'm thinking, I was 12 in 81. I don't give a shit about 1981. Not enough to write a song about it. I don't even remember what I was doing in 81. So I tried looking some of the lyrics up on that, and he's got some pretty crazy shit in it. But I mean, it's mostly straightforward. But there's one thing, that last line, that last paragraph, something about freaks and ghouls, and I know how to tell when you're faking it. I don't think he's talking about faking it that way. So, anyway, damn, 19 minutes. I can't talk. I cannot seem to make my videos short, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell I'm. Just put me on 1.5 and run on through. But I'm going to leave that PDF here. And I'm just going to add the picture of the John Bull frame to the end of the video. I'm not even going to talk about it since I've already said something about it. I'll put it on the end here, and you can look and see that it's somewhat of a residual. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, for some reason 1979 is in my head, and I'm gonna find something about it. I just don't know what yet. I know I found it. It said the wall in the middle of all that other, what you would say, newsworthy stuff is. I mean, that's pretty big events. And then the wall comes out inside of all that. And yeah, to me, the wall's a big event, but it wasn't. Not. It's not like the damn hostage crisis in Iran. You know. So I don't know. Maybe. Hell, I don't know. You ever think that something in the Matrix is like the Oracle, and it leads you to something that you find for you to spread out? I mean, is it manipulating me this way to tell you to look at this PDF? That's kind of an interesting thought, isn't it? I've never thought of that. But I wonder if it's some, does the Matrix say, okay, Greg's on to something with 1979, so let's send him this way, kind of thing. And then the Oracle, how she fucks with Neo, it fucks with his mind a little bit, makes him think. I don't know. Who knows? Alright, guys. Anyway, look at the John Boyle. See the residual, and check out the PDF, man. It'll blow your mind. If you're in whichever age group you're in, read those core values and your attributes and stuff, and see, man, they have nailed everybody. It's awesome. Really. Maybe the Oracle sent me to that. I don't know. But God, I can't breathe. Pollen is bad down here in the south. I don't know where you're at. And it was cool today. Like it was in the 60s, low 60s today. But the pollen's just bad. I mean, I can't breathe for shit. Alright. Sorry. Just can't breathe. Alright, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Have a good night. Please be good to everyone else. Take care, guys. Check out the PDF.
Draw the blinds and watch the show. Heard it on the radio. Saw it on the news today. Heard the lonely people say, there's a great big crowd in the Union Jack. There's a great big crowd in the Union Jack. Another day, another load, another midday TV show. Saw it on the news today. Heard the lonely people say, there's a great big crowd in the Union Jack. There's a great big crowd in the Union Jack. In